Imagine this, you're setting up your AKS cluster while having a coffee, without any tangled mess of steps and configurations. In today's video, I'll show you how to use Ansible and Azure CLI to simplify the entire process of AKS creation. By the end of this video, you'll have the confidence to deploy AKS like a cloud automation expert. Hello everyone and welcome to CasaCloud, where we simplify DevOps and cloud technologies for you. If you are a DevOps enthusiast or a cloud professional, this step-by-step guide is perfect for you. You might be wondering why we are combining Ansible and Azure CLI to create AKS. What is the benefit and why should you care? Ansible is open source automation tool used for the configuration management, application deployment, and task automation, which we are going to use to automate the process of AKS creation in Azure using the Azure CLI. Whereas Azure CLI, a command line interface, is a cross-platform tool used to manage and interact with Microsoft Azure resources. If we compare the features offered by these both tools, then authentication and authorization is taken care by the Azure CLI. Reusability is best in Ansible. Multi-environment setup we can only do in Ansible again. IDM potency, which is if a resource is already created, it will not create again and again. It will just skip that part. That is IDM potency that is offered in Ansible. Interaction with Microsoft Azure, yes, it is done only by Azure CLI. Custom automation workflow, again Ansible, and consistent and reusable code, again in Ansible. We'll go in depth what these means, why this consistency, multi-environment, custom automation workflow will actually see practically in this video itself. We'll be creating an Ansible project. We'll understand the folder structure and we'll understand what are playbooks, what are plays, what are tasks, and what are roles. Then we'll start our first playbook, that is creation of a resource group. Then we'll create a VNet and a subnet that will require for creation of the AKS. Similarly, we'll be creating log workspaces. Log workspace in Azure is a space where we store all the logs generated from the containers which are running in AKS. Then we'll be creating the monitoring workspace, which is different than the log workspace, where we only store the matrix of the application. We'll see that in depth later. And then after we create all these dependent resources, then we start and create the AKS resource. And finally, we'll see costing and understand which resources out of these will cost you and how much. Okay, so where to find out the source code and the link for it? The source code is the one that we'll be following today. So first you need to have GitHub installed. So you need to go and install GitHub dependent on which operating system you are having. And then you need to go to github.com/casa-cloud, that is CASA-cloud. And you need to select this particular Ansible Azure repository. Okay, this is the source code. To follow along, you can click on code and copy this particular link and go to your favorite IDE, and here you can do git clone and paste the repository. I've already done that. I have this particular repository present here, and these are the two folders, the global rules and AKS create. Okay, so first let's verify if we have few dependent tools installed already in our machine. The first tool is Azure CLI. This is the first tool that we must have in our system. How to install Azure CLI? You can go and choose the operating system that you're using and install Azure CLI. If I go to my machine, AZ version. So this is the current version that I'm using, 2.67.0. And after this, you need to install Ansible in your system. So install Ansible. Okay, so you can install Ansible in your systems as dependent on your operating system. And third thing that you must have is a subscription. So you need to have a Azure subscription. If you don't have subscription already, then you need to create a free subscription. So in the free subscription, you can get a $200 credit that you can utilize for this particular demo. Okay, so all these things you need to have, and once you're sure that you have installed Ansible, so if you have installed Ansible, then you will have Ansible version. My current version is 2.18.0, and if you want to see the subscription, then let me go to portal.azure.com. Here you will see the subscription that I currently have. I'm using a pay-as-you-go subscription where I'm paying for what I'm using. Okay, so these are the prerequisite with respect to tools. Okay.